gonna be
So,
honest.
so
Y'all
Natasha, I wanted to ask.
Natasha, don't you and your wife have gender roles? Because you sit there and said you don't take out the trash, right? So that
I
means
don't take
I'm
out the
assuming
trash, and I will be the first person to say I am a very traditional person in my heterosexual relationship. My wife is masculine presenting. I'm not going to take out the trash. I ain't going to wash my car. I'm not going to tend to my house. There are certain things that I absolutely will not do.
So is that not a gender role?
Your wife.
It is a gender role, but I'm also not saying that patriarchy doesn't exist.
Nobody said that more valuable. Nobody said it didn't exist.
Okay.
The issue is y'all say it's
more
more
saying that I can't complain about it because I didn't experience it.
It's not the same. I said patriarchy's not the same as what y'all try to make it is. It's not the same. Nobody said it didn't exist.
Well, shout out to you, Mr. Hink, for your 2.5 seconds of taking out the trash and changing the oil or doing whatever else it is that you do around the house.
Wow.
Since we're identifying gender roles.
Wow. That's messed up.
That's very
dismissive.
I think Ray was saying it earlier. Y'all just see men as checks. And that's
I'm glad I don't have one then.
No, you got one. You just got to split.
No, I don't. I
don't know. But
Ray was equating us to a check, and so was Natasha. Men are checks.
No, I don't think a lot of women think men are a check or anything, or just a walking penis or wherever not. I'm not gonna say there aren't women, but I don't think a lot of women think that. Just to ask to Mr. Wiz, just to express what I was getting for the lady that just left.
That man
you probably Mr. Viz. So I don't know that sometimes I don't believe that you're saying when you're talking about the woman role, you're not trying to say that it's not valuable, but it does sometimes come across that way with your language and how you express the importance of a woman's role or your wife's role. It comes off that way, and that's like the emotional side of it. We all know that your role as men and our role as women is very important, especially to keep society together. But for example, how can I put it? You know how when you're speaking to a man who you might feel is not living up to his best potential as a man, what's the first thing that y'all say when y'all want to criticize him? You say he's acting like a girl. You say he's fighting like a girl. You say he's talking like a lady. Y'all will reference things as if a man who's not acting in his masculinity, the negative part of him is always women. So sometimes I don't think that men realize that even when you say little things like that, and it's amongst each other, amongst men, it is bringing a negative connotation towards women and how they act, what their nature is, and the things that they do. So eventually, when we're having conversations sometimes with men, and then they're referring to the things that is considered our gender-based roles, already having that sense that we heard millions of guys telling other dudes, stop acting like a bitch or blase blah, we will believe that you think it's a devaluing. Because how come when you're speaking to those men who are not acting like men, why is it never like, stop acting like a weak man? Stop acting like a weak boy. Why is it always referencing him as being the opposite of the gender? You see what I'm saying?
MJ, I'm not. Wait, Dad. MJ. I'm not sure what type of men you're hanging around that men are calling other grown men saying that they're acting like a little girl. Well, I've never, as a full grown adult, I've never told another man, "Oh man, you acting like a girl." Now I might have said that you acting like a bitch, but that can go both ways.
Well,
that's so and Clout had spoken. Clout spoke on this earlier. As a man is supposed to act like a man. A woman is supposed to act like a woman. there again are certain traits and roles that have to take place. If women expect for men to be leaders, then in the moments where leadership is most important, you can't have certain traits that women instinctively have. There's a saying that you can't, that when you hesitate in war, that you're lost, because in that split second, whatever decision it is that you make could be either successful or detrimental. So,
Well,
but in
I'll
many
say this.
cases, for women, women don't go into battle, into war, because y'all aren't programmed naturally and instinctively in order
Sir.
to handle those situations. So that's where that comes into part.
Okay.
I'm
So,
quite sure, MJ, I'm quite sure that you would not want to be in a serious and committed relationship with a man that is literally emotional all of the time, that does everything that a woman does. He sits in the house, he doesn't work, he sits on the, he just want to sit on the couch and eat and just
That's
take up
what
the
women want to
space.
do.
I'm,
so
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you want a man that is going to go out and be a man. That's all that I'm saying.
But I'm saying that's
So,
what you said
Mr.
though.
So, Mr. Wiz, first thing
Viz
is,
with a V.
Mr. Viz, I'm so sorry.
You good.
I
You good.
apologize, Mr. Viz. So, the first thing that I will say is, I don't hang out with men who likes to dehumanize another man and call them a different gender, knowing that that will offend him. Right? I don't hang out with men like that. But I do have seen men speak to other men that way. I even have seen men speak to other men like that on these platforms. So, like, the always thing to go us back is like you're acting like a girl. So it does bring like a negative connotation, because he is less of a man or less value if he's exhibiting traits that is seen in women. So
Would
we
would you
have to
date
just okay,
a
hold on.
man? Would you date a man that exhibited traits as a woman?
I would not date a man who
Why?
exhibited a lot of traits of what's in a woman,
Why?
because well, because I am looking for someone who is masculine. Yeah.
So
So
what is the
I will know.
problem?
But
So-
wait, let me finish, Mr. Viz. See, I
okay,
got it right this
go
time. I
ahead,
got it
go
right
ahead,
this time.
go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead, cook. My
So,
bad.
I mean, and I would just say that it's very hurtful for you to say about the whole military thing, because you're literally speaking to a military veteran right here, right now, who's on the job right now,
Okay, thank you for your
servicing and
services.
on the clock. So my job is very dangerous, and what I do every day, I'm on guard. I'm fully with weapons, with my gear on and all the stuff like that. So it's unfortunate that you didn't think that women are doing things like that, or are
I,
capable of doing things like that. It's unfortunate, right? But what
I,
I would just want, no,
my
don't worry
bad.
about it, Mr.
Go
Viz.
ahead,
Don't
go
worry
ahead.
about
My
that.
bad.
Don't worry about that, Mr. Viz. So, I would just say that the only reason what I was saying before is that I think sometimes it's subconsciously done. You might not be trying to say, women, you're not valued. We value you for the gender role that you fit, taking care of the kids, being emotionally supportive, being just emotionally supportive to your family in general, right? Because women are literally the natural caretakers for the whole family, not
Or
just her children, not just the husband, literally the mother, your grandparents, your uncles. Is always women that's going out of their way to help other family members in the family, because it's not really expected for men to stop doing what he's doing, or not only providing or focusing on his immediate family. So when I'm saying to say all this is that it might not be your intent to lower our value or make it seem that you don't value us outside of the framework that you have for us. But when we hear it, we feel that way. The emotional side of us feel that way. That's all I wanted to say.